millions of underprivileged people in 1,000 villages are having their lives transformed. The quality of their lives is changing in a material and spiritual way. How is this possible? The spirit of One Humanity Care, a trust, was born from a beautiful state of consciousness. Krishnaji and Preechaji believe that human development begins with the inner world at the individual level before anything can truly manifest in the outer world. While the focus is on developing the infrastructure of the villages, the creation of happy individuals is at the heart of One Humanity Care's vision. One Humanity Care caters to the needs of 1,000 villages near the campuses of the O&O Academy in Varadayapalem, which is a largely underdeveloped district. The development work can only be effective when the villages are directly involved in the projects themselves and are the owners of their village. One Humanity Care uses the active participation of the youth in the development of their own villages.
మొట్టమొదటిగా వన్ హ్యూమానిటీ కేర్ అనేది స్టార్ట్ అయ్యే మొదట్లో ఈ చుట్టుపక్కల ఉన్నటువంటి గ్రామాల్లో ఉన్న యువత అందరికీ యూత్ క్లాసెస్ని కండక్ట్ చేయడం జరిగింది. ఆ యూత్ క్లాసెస్లో పార్టిసిపేట్ చేసినప్పుడు నాకు చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి సేవ చేయాలనే భావన కానీ 10 మందిని లీడ్ చేసే కెపాసిటీ కానీ సరిగా ఉండేది కాదు. ఆ క్లాసుల్లో సర్వీస్ ఇంపార్టెన్సు, లీడర్షిప్ క్వాలిటీసు అనేటివి బాగా నేర్పించారు. ఆ డెవలప్మెంట్ యాక్టివిటీస్లో భాగంగా నన్ను జోన్ లీడర్గా నియమించారు. ఆ జోన్ లీడర్ పాత్ర నాకు అప్పగించడం ద్వారా నాకు 8 మంది కోఆర్డినేటర్లను ఇచ్చి 8 పంచాయతీల నందు అభివృద్ధి కార్యక్రమాలను నా ద్వారా జరిగించడం నాకు ఎంతో సంతోషాన్ని ఇచ్చింది. మమ్మల్ని ముందుండి మాలో మార్పు తెచ్చి ఆ మార్పు ద్వారా ఈ యువత అంతా గ్రామాల అభివృద్ధికి ఉపయోగపడే విధంగా మాలో ఈ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్ తీసుకొచ్చిన శ్రీ కృష్ణాజీకి, ప్రీతాజీకి నా ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు.
To achieve this, they have collectively formed 224 centers which cover these 1,000 villages. The youth are embraced as an integral part of this great vision. Different youth teams were identified in each center. They were enabled with the vision resources and operating model to serve their village every Sunday on a voluntary basis. They have also been given training in yoga and meditation, which is essential to sustaining a high energy level and clarity in their work. 2 kinds of developmental projects have been operational: the Village Development Project and the World Village. Until a year ago, in the Village Development Project, One Humanity Care worked with 150 villages, identifying their pressing needs and addressing their 3 top requirements and mobilizing funds to start serving the villages. Every April, the youth, along with the people in the village, join with the founders to review and celebrate everything that has been achieved during the year and to set the vision for the coming year. In April 2018, Krishnaji announced the adoption of 850 more villages, raising the total to 1,000.
So we are taking this program that we have done for 150 villages to another 850 villages in the next 12 months. So we want to cover 1000 villages by March next year, and we want to cover 500,000 people living in these various villages.
In these villages, One Humanity Care has been installing drinking water plants. It has focused on providing medical and educational facilities and also creating sources of livelihood for youth. One Humanity Care projects always begin with providing clean water. A large part of the village's sickness comes from unawareness of the significance of clean water in their lives. Young children and pregnant women are affected by the lack of portable drinking water. Most villages already have a water source, but the water is unfortunately not clean. So, One Humanity Care has installed water purification plants in these villages. They have installed 29 water plants in 150 villages.
మేము ఇంతకు ముందుగా బాయిల్లో గుంటల్లో నీళ్ళు తీసి తాగుతున్నప్పుడు మాకు ఎన్నెన్నో రోగాలు వస్తున్నాయి. మా పిల్ల పాపలతో మేము ఎంతో కష్టాలు పడుతున్నాము. ఇప్పుడు ఈ నీళ్లు వచ్చినప్పటి నుంచి మా పిల్ల పాపలకి ఎటువంటి రోగాలు అనారోగాలు లేకుండా మేము సుఖ సంతోషాలతో లక్షణంగా బాగా ఉన్నాము.
Before April 2019, Krishnaji and Preetaji will install 155 more water plants which will then take care of the 1,000 villages. These water plants are capable of generating 5,000 liters of pure drinking water every hour. The villages are also being helped to get clean drinking water to save the village farmlands and are also being made responsible for the life around them. As part of this massive mission to preserve the environment surrounding the villages and their forest, One Humanity Care declared Ubalamadugu Waterfalls a famous tourist destination as a plastic-free zone. Tourists often litter the place with plastic bags, bottles and other trash, spoiling the beauty of the forest and the natural habitat of animals and birds. To transform this, One Humanity Care inspired the youth and trained them in its guiding philosophy. The youth have teamed up with the forest and tourist department officials. They volunteered to inspect tourists at entry checkposts, ensuring that they do not carry plastic bags. The youth also distribute eco-friendly paper and cloth bags as a substitute to the plastic bags. Further, the regulations have been made more stringent regarding the use of alcohol, cigarettes, drugs and tobacco, strictly prohibiting their consumption within the forest. Another unique kind of development which Loka, the daughter of the founders, envisioned is the adoption of villages in their entirety. 5 villages, along with all their inhabitants, including the trees, cows and goats, have now been adopted. The vision of this project, called the World Village, is to create a complete, integral human being. Under the banner of One Humanity Care, Krishnaji and Preetaji have been guiding and mentoring villages to cultivate a beautiful inner state and to connect with themselves, with other people and with the world at large. The people in these villages are aware of the 3 pillars of One Humanity Care and are being transformed. They are becoming whole, complete human beings. This is the amazing work the founders and their daughter are involved in. It is heartwarming to see the villages being physically transformed and to witness the deep inner growth of these people, who are being taught spiritual wisdom and are being given the skills they need to create a good life for themselves.
కృష్ణా సేవ వచ్చిన తర్వాత మాకు అన్నీ బాగానే జరుగుతూ ఉన్నాయి. ఆయన మాకు ఇచ్చిన ఒక వాగ్దానం బగలష్టంగానే అందరం బాగానే ఉన్నాము. ఆయన వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఈ పుట్ట చెట్లు మొత్తం కూడా ఉన్నాయి. ఇక్కడ అంతా కూడా కొట్టించింది వాళ్ళు బాగా ఉండాలి, మన మాదిరిగా రావాలి వాళ్ళు ఆయన కూడా మాకు సహాయం చేస్తూ ఉన్నాడు.
They are learning 2 languages as well as music, dance and craft skills from teachers provided by the One Humanity Care. The villagers are fortunate to be living in the proximity of the surrounding hills, and one of the visions of One Humanity Care is to make the villagers custodians of these mountains. One Humanity Care is helping the villagers to understand how dependent they are on their environment and are teaching them to take care of the mountains and to see them as their own personal responsibility. Krishnaji and Preetaji want the locals to really develop a love for nature and evolve into connected human beings. When Loka envisioned the project, she asked herself a number of fundamental questions. When is an individual complete? What would an ideal world look like? What does this world really need to become a beautiful place? Her answer was, we need happy mothers, happy fathers, happy children, happy teachers, happy business leaders, happy human beings, all living in a beautiful state. After Krishnaji and Preetaji adopted Dadakastu village, the birth of every new child was celebrated by planting a tree which was named after the child. When you enter the village, you will see many trees planted by the children of the village. Each tree carries the name of one of the children.
నా పేరు హర్షవర్ధన్. నా పేరు చిట్టు పేరు ఒకటే. నీళ్ళు డైలీ 2 పూట్ల నీళ్ళు పోస్తాను. పొద్దున సాయంత్రం నీళ్ళు పోస్తాను. చెత్త ఉంటే తీస్తాను. చెట్టు నేను ఫ్రెండ్ లా ఉంటాం. చెట్టుతో మాట్లాడతాను, ఆడుకుంటాను.
Each village has its own community hall where spiritual learning and academic and cultural activities take place and where movies can be shown.
మాకు ఈ షాప్ పెట్టించి మాకు హెల్ప్ చేశారు. మేము ఈరోజు చాలా ఆనందంగా ఉన్నాము. అంతేకాకుండా మా గ్రామానికి చాలా హెల్ప్ చేశారు. అవి ఏంటంటే డస్ట్బిన్లు పెట్టించడము, మా ఊరి పిల్లలకి ఇంగ్లీష్ క్లాసు, సంగీతం క్లాసు, బ్రెయిన్ డెవలప్మెంట్ కోసం వాళ్ళతో గేమ్స్ ఆడించడము. అంతేకాకుండా మాకు ఇళ్ళ కోసం మట్టి తోలిచ్చారు, పూత పండ్లకి సిమెంట్ ఇచ్చారు. అదే కాకుండా చెట్లు నాటించి వర్షాలు పడడానికి ప్లస్ ఆరోగ్యం కోసం వాళ్ళు చాలా కృషి చేసి ప్రతి రోడ్డంచున చాలా మొక్కలు నాటించారు. స్కూల్ చుట్టూ కాంపౌండ్ కట్టించారు. స్కూల్కి ఇక్కడుండే ప్రతి ఇంటికి పెయింటింగ్ వేయించారు. ఎవరైనా చనిపోయినా కానీ ఎవరికన్నా హెల్త్ బాగాలేకపోయినా అంబులెన్స్ సౌకర్యం కల్పించి హాస్పిటల్ ద్వారాగా అనే వైద్య సేవని అందిస్తున్నారు. అంతేకాకుండా ఇక్కడికి అప్పుడప్పుడు వచ్చి వైద్యులు డాక్టర్లను తీసుకొని వచ్చి చెకప్ చేపిస్తున్నారు. తర్వాత మా ఊరి కుంటలో చేపలు వదిలి అందరినీ పట్టుకోవడానికి చేపపిల్లలు కొనుక్కొని వచ్చి వదిలారు. ఇలా సేవలు చేసే కృష్ణాజీ గారికి మా మనస్పూర్వక కృతజ్ఞతలు.
Gandipuram, a village close to the campus, has gone through a profound transformation. The inhabitants have decided to meet every first Sunday of the month with all the family members enjoying each other's company. On the second Sunday of every month, the entire village meets and celebrates being a single family and helping each other. The third Sunday of the month focuses on expressing gratitude to Mother Nature and to Mother Earth for nurturing them. The village also has a large herd of goats, and they can be seen setting off for the pastures at dawn and returning at sunset. The villagers have also developed a living relationship to the neighboring mountains because they have realized that the health of their goats depends on the quality of the grass which grows on the slope of the mountains. Lush green grass means healthy goats and well-fed villages. Without the mountain, there would be no grass and therefore no goats, and no goats would mean the end of Gandipuram. They have really understood that they are one with nature and that their survival depends on the state of the environment. 5 such model villages are currently being created. A silent and gentle revolution is taking place in the villages around the academy. Krishnaji has now decided to make model villages of Gandipuram and Santoshpuram. These 2 villages are on the lowest rung of the caste system, and converting them into model villages is giving the inhabitants an enormous boost in morale. It is showing them that they can rise above their fate. They will break free of centuries of social discrimination. Krishnaji's ultimate aim is to put an end to the caste system. Our founder laid the foundation stones of the community halls of these villages, and the ceremonial rituals were performed by a Brahmin priest. This has never happened before in these villages and marks the dawn of a new era. The villages are being taught organic farming methods. They will be clean and economically self-sufficient, while the villages themselves will be healthy, educated and spiritually alive. These people can now nurture the hope of a wonderful, bright and promising future.